Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Totally Katika. This is Katika. I have another amazing parent that I'm going to have conversation with again today. Stay tuned. So with that being said, just think about just being a parent and the journey and the challenges. What is like one thing, if you say, okay, man, if I have an opportunity, I'll probably do this a little bit different?
Oh, one thing?
If you have multiple, that's fine too.
Let me narrow it down. Just their routine, just their overall daily routine, and things that were started earlier that, not that they don't do it now. There's certain things about their daily routine or even how they respect each other. Like I would demand, and I do it now, but listen, that's your big brother.
Yeah.
Set the tone for you to be a big brother. You gotta listen. It's just their routine and their schools. I would. Now I'm scared to pull them out because I don't want to interrupt.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I would do the schooling differently as well.
Okay, that's a good insight. You say you do the schooling different. Is it probably the school environment itself or the curriculum piece of it? If you can expand on that. Okay.
As far as I would have, because when they first started, every day since he's ever been in school, every year, his father walks him into school, first day of school.
Yeah.
I got pictures of that. And Mo does it because his first day of school was always my first day of school.
Okay.
So I couldn't be there for that.
Okay.
But when I say schooling, I would have been far more particular. I should have been very particular about the schools and said, forget the travel, we'll get there. However, even if it's private, let's make this money. Let's work out the budget. So, but I would definitely be more particular about their school choices.
I can understand that. We'll talk about that in my video, but I do understand where you're coming from and what it is that you're saying there. And I mean, you have two young, handsome, I'm not going to say beautiful, handsome boys. What are some of the challenge, raising young men in today's world for you? And your fears, challenges and fear.
That the fact that they are young black men is a challenge. Mm-hmm. I have to have heartbreaking conversations. Like, listen, you are entering a real world.
Yeah.
The world doesn't see my baby.
Yeah.
They don't. Again, Junior's taller than I am. He's got a very athletic build. Mm-hmm. They don't know you're 15. Someone's going to think you're 19, 20.
Yeah.
This man, this. And, it's just, you're going to have to fight so many battles just because you're a black man. You're going to have to go above and beyond to prove yourself.
Yeah.
Just because, people aren't going to give you this. We have very, very raw conversations sometimes on down how the world sees you and then the girl situation.
Yeah.
We've already been in a situation where, I kid you not, in 6th grade, he had no phone. He would use my phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't mind. Little girl sends a picture in the 6th grade in her little bra and panties.
Wow.
And I said, Junior, if her father were to see this, one, let's pray he's okay with her daughter talking to a black kid.
Wow.
And I had the whole thread. He didn't ask for anything. I said, clearly she likes you. But he'd always kind of, like, oh, she's just my friend. And he's so naive. He didn't see it. Mm-hmm. But I said, these things can get you in trouble. You have to watch the girls because they will flip the story on you. Yeah. It's your word against hers. They're going to side with her.
Yeah.
I love my gender. But I said, they set you up.
Yeah, we can. I mean, and we do that.
I said, we are so manipulative when, I have to say all, but, and it's not always for good.
Yeah.
I said, hey, they see a smart, sweet young man, he's going places. Oh, I want to lock him down.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you're constantly watching. I said, if it's not real, pray about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, this is just me. I tell them, they need to know that you have a crazy mom. I tell them flat out. And you can have, I hope you talk with him. I tell them, do not bring her to me.
Yeah.
If she can't, I said, you better pray. I didn't talk about the little girl like she is not sitting there.
Yeah.
So don't bring something here that's not right.
Yeah, yeah. But I think those are a conversation that you have to have with them to prepare them, because a lot of times they don't know. And, as women, we have to be honest and transparent that, yes, we can be very manipulative when it comes to a lot of things, right? And sometimes it's for good, sometimes it's for bad, but we have to educate them and prepare them for that piece as well. Because as women, we are women or girls, we are girls, and we do things that are good and some things that are not so right as well. And we know what to do and what not to do, right? And unfortunately, sometimes it is their word against ours, and sometimes, they may be innocent, but I think it's important to have those conversations. It's a lot, but we have to prepare them for so many scenarios that they're going to run into, because we don't want them to be at a place where they're paralyzed, handicapped, or this is one thing that can change their entire life, based on something, like you said, so innocent, so naive. So we just have to educate them to prepare them. And I think that goes for girls too.
Yes.
For both.
On the flip side.
So on the flip side, we just have to be able to educate them. So that's a good point. Did you want to expand or add anything else to that?
I lost my train of thought. I'll say that louder. I lost my train of thought. But no, I've had, even in high school, just to expand, in high school, not my phone anymore. He has his own phone now.
Right.
A young lady sends a completely nude pic.
In high school?
In high school.
Wow.
He's a freshman. She's a sophomore.
Oh, wow.
So she's got a year on him. And I said, did you tell this girl that your mom checks your phone every day? Or as often as I can? He said, Mommy, I said, listen, now you've got an issue. Mm-hmm. I can't send this to my husband and say, look what came in his phone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sending that to my husband.
Yeah.
Nor does he need that in his phone. That's but I said, this is something we've talked about.
Yeah.
I said, you've been talking to this girl on the phone for almost 4 weeks. I know you like her. That's you call her your boo, whatever you want to. I said, but if in under 4 weeks she was this free with you.
Yeah.
How many
think about it.
Who else is getting this same picture?
Right. Let's go back this way so we can see a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, I got too comfortable.
You got real comfortable. You got over there, but that's fine.
But I said, this is what we're talking about. Things to look out for.
Yeah.
I said, it shouldn't be that easy.
It should not be.
At the same time, I felt bad, but as mad as I was initially, I was mad. Like, oh, this little. I said, I'm not going to tear her down. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get her in trouble. But I said, baby, you got to have a little more respect. Because luckily, you sent this to Junior. You send this to the wrong person, everyone in school will see you. And you now have a name.
Exactly.
You now have a reputation that you cannot live down. And you don't want. And they want to pass you around. They're going to think, oh, she's easy. I said, you've got to protect yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just so much, and just hearing some of the things that, my daughter shared at school, and just different things that they're going through, and seeing just the exposure with their phones to just every single thing. Like, you can take a picture and now it's around the entire school. I remember her sharing just how they were making fun of her hair because it was natural. She had it out, and guy took a picture of it in class and was sharing it around, the whole school. Wow. It's just like little things like that. They have access to so many things. So I think it's so crucial for us to have the conversation with our girls, with just kids, whether they're boys or girls, about one, just how they just carry themselves, how they present themselves, but then not just that, but just be mindful of what they accept and what they take in, and not just fall for everything, because how you carry yourself says a lot, right?
Yes.
And we want to make sure that we are representing ourselves the best way, and not just taking anything and being mediocre at the same time as well. So I think that's, pretty much key in just everything that we do. Having conversations.
Even the tough ones.
Even the tough ones. I think I did an interview with another lady, and she mentioned, like, hey, even with my girls, as much as I didn't want to and it was uncomfortable, I had to show them how to put on a condom, so that way they know and they're not unprepared where they go out there and guys like, oh, I have it on. How do they know that it's on? How do they know, that they put it on right? We've back in the past, like, oh, people poke holes in condoms, or they didn't put it on right, or they said they did and they, just all these different things. Right. So we just really have to be able to prepare them and show them, no matter how uncomfortable it is, it's better that we do it as parents versus somebody else doing it, right? Because at least we're teaching them, hopefully, the right way to do it.
The sad thing is, if we don't have those conversations,
oh yeah,
and I mean, we have had my husband and I both, we've had very raw conversations.
Yeah,
like ask him, are you sexually involved? Like, do you know how to put on a condom? Yeah, I guess. No, not I guess.
Mm-hmm. You gotta
know.
Do
you understand this? I took just something on Google. It's how, like, women living with HIV. Mm-hmm. But I covered everything up and I'm just sliding. I'm like, is she pretty? Like, yeah. 10, 12 shots. I said, every female I just showed you is HIV positive.
Yeah.
And we had those just really raw on how women trap men sexually, athletes, so on and so forth.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, I feel if we don't have these conversations, I don't care how uncomfortable he gets. Now, there are some things I say, if you feel more comfortable talking with your father,
yeah,
I get it, because maybe I want to have that conversation with my mom.
Right, yeah.
But if we don't have those conversations, they go ask the kid in the classroom that's lying about everything, that knows nothing.
Yep,
they're getting false information.
Yep.
So I'd rather you be uncomfortable for a moment. Mm-hmm. Feel free to you can ask me anything you want to ask.
Yeah.
If you feel comfortable talking to your uncle, or maybe you don't want your parents, do that. But I need to know that you're getting it from a viable source.
I agree.
Not the kid in the classroom.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. And share just over time. If we don't have those conversations, somebody else with them. Mm-hmm. And we need to make sure that we're giving them information and it's the right information, right? And then just to kind of wrap up, just one or two more things. What is an embarrassing moment as a parent that you have? Sometimes we're like, wow, we do everything right and it's all great. We all have embarrassing moments as parents. Like, what is something that you can recall that you would like to share?
I was talking about this about a week ago, and Josiah swears he doesn't remember, and he probably doesn't because he was so small. In Target with my child, the youngest. And he's talking about my pants and so on and so forth. And he's like, oh, Mom, I said, Mom, you got a big belly. And you got a big butt. I'm like, okay. I was wearing jogging pants. In Target, the kid pantsed me.
Oh.
He's like, see, I told you. I'm like... And there's always a mom sitting by, she's like, it's okay, baby. I get it. I'm like, you know what? I can't say anything. I'm like,
wow,
that's my kid.
I can see that.
Like, see,
I wanted to show you. You couldn't see it, so he was trying to help you out.
Kids, yes, babe, I hear you. And you're listening, not really paying. He's like, and I guess he wanted to show me, that he was telling the truth. I said, Mommy's got a little okay. Right in the middle of Target, not on a slow day.
Yeah.
But thank you, Josiah.
Wow. That's a good one. That made me laugh, but he was trying to tell you it was the truth.
I get it. Yeah. You have to tell everybody. It's bad enough that he talks at the top of his lungs. So they already heard how you feel about your mom. He has no filter.
Wow. Yeah.
But he didn't have to show them.
Yeah, he wanted you to see and show others as well.
And see, like, not just, like, you're talking to me, but do you realize you're pointing it out to everybody? Thanks.
Everybody knows. All right. So, then the last thing is, sometimes as parents, we're like, I'm the parent. I know what I'm doing. You're a child. Is that always right? Or can you think of a moment that you felt like, man, I did not do that the right way? Or even not necessarily failed your child, but you felt like, okay, I could have done it a little bit better. That was not the right way.
So many. Hubby and I we have similar upbringings, but slightly different. My mother talked to us a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of people now don't agree that I talk to you give your kids choices. Yes. You're either going to go to bed now or are you going to go to bed? You going to go to bed now?
Yeah.
Or you going to go to bed in another 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Either way, you're getting ready to get in the bed soon.
Right.
You know, if I'm giving you choice, like, oh, Lynnise, you talk to him too much.
Yeah.
There's the parent side of me. There's the teacher side of me. I said, I need my kid to be a thinker. They need to be able to make decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need them to understand why I'm saying, and I talk. I explain a lot, even when I get upset. I remember once, I don't remember what Junior did, and it was Junior, I know. And I went back and I did a New York to Florida slap.
Wow.
And I remember going, it wasn't like a beating. He was wrong. I don't remember what it was, but he was dead wrong.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm sorry. I said, please leave. Just please. And I had to go. That was so outside. Like I could have handled that way better.
Yeah.
Then I had to go and I had to go talk to the kid. And I apologized for hitting him.
Yeah.
So he's still wrong, but you know, I wish I hadn't. And what hurt was it really, like in retrospect, thinking about it, it wasn't that serious. Mm-hmm. It didn't deserve that type of reaction. Mm-hmm. And he was trying to explain, but I'm like, no. I don't want to hear. And he's like, no, you're not listening. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
And I had to understand, same thing I was having a conversation about, just because he's younger than me, doesn't mean I know it. I'm not telling myself I don't know it all.
Yeah.
But I can't demand that he listen and follow without actually hearing what it is he needs or what it is he's going through.
Well, I think that is true. And just to kind of close off and sum it up, we do have to listen to our kids, right?
Yeah.
We don't know it all. And I think sometimes we do have this old-fashioned way of, I'm the parent, I'm the adult, or you're a child.
Because I said so,
right? I think my cousin called it bullyism growing up, right? There's so much more to it than that. And I don't, everyone parent different. So if it works for you, then that's great. But, you know, I think it's so important to have those conversations, especially in today's time that we're raising kids that are exposed to everything, right?
It's at their fingertips.
Everything is at their fingertips. And before, you know, somebody else show them, have that conversation and listen to what they're saying, you know, because sometimes they know a whole lot more than we give them credit for, right?
Absolutely.
And they're seeing it from a different lens. So it's so important to be in tune with that and to listen. And, you know, sometimes we have to remove ourselves and what we think and how our parents raised us, because sometimes they did the best they could with what they know, right? Or what they could have done. And then we realized probably that was not necessarily the best way either. But that's our challenge as parents. Now that we've learned and now that we saw the things our parents did, here's the opportunity for us to take that to the next level, to be even better and greater, right? And improve upon those things that they lacked or wasn't able to do, having those conversations. So, you know, that's what I got from this conversation just overall. But then not only that, but just being able to really participate and be there for them, have those crucial conversations before anyone else did. And again, I just want to thank you for just taking the opportunity and the time to share that.
Thank you for having me.
Before we go, you're welcome. But before we go, anything else that you want to share? Any advice or anything that comes to mind?
Love on your kids. Just love on them. Listen to them. They aren't growing up in the same world that we grew up in. Yeah, it is different. Just, if anything, listen. Not necessarily for the sake of, okay, I'm going to give you whatever it is you say, but so you know how to guide them. Yeah, that's important. Listen to them and just love on them and pray for them. It's going to get hard. Don't give up on them. There are times when I say, you know, I'm doing all this and it's not sinking in. But then they have those moments where I'm like, oh, they did get it. Yeah. He understood what I was saying. Yeah. He was listening. So just stay with it. Stay with it and listen to your kids. If nothing more, so you can see, because they tell us what they need. Yeah. They may not be able to verbalize it. They're like, I need 10 minutes of your loving time and care every day, but they'll say it in a different way. But if we're truly listening, okay, I see where he needs. I see where she's coming from. Absolutely. It's time to stop and do this, that, and the third. So listen to them, love on them, and it gets easier. Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
We'll be on that roller coaster where it felt like it. Yes, like easy, but then you have that drop or so forth. But that's just life, and that's just adulthood, parenthood, and you're like, ah. But overall, I think that's some really great advice, and that's the best way that we can really be at a place to give them the support and the guidance that they need. So again, just thank you for your time. Guys, if you have any comments, questions, don't forget to chime in and comment, subscribe, like, and until next time, be good to yourself, love on yourself, and love on those kids.